Jaguars are the only big cat in the Americas, and the third biggest in the world after tigers and lions. They look a lot like leopards, which live in Africa and Asia, but jaguars' spots are more complex and often have a dot in the center. These powerful cats are worshipped as gods in many ancient South American cultures, and representations of the jaguar show up in the art and archaeology of pre-Columbian cultures across the jaguar's range. The word jaguar comes from the indigenous word yaguar, which means the killer which overcomes its prey in a single bound. Physical description: the jaguar is a compact and well-muscled animal. It's the largest cat in the New World and the largest carnivorous mammal in Central and South America. The base coat of the jaguar is generally a thorny yellow, but can range to reddish brown and black. The cat is covered in rosettes for camouflage in the dappled light of its forest habitat. The spots vary over individual coats and between individual jaguars. Rosettes may include one or several dots, and the shapes of the dots vary. The spots on the head and neck are generally solid, as are those on the tail, where they merge to form a band. While the jaguar closely resembles the leopard, it is sturdier and heavier, and the two animals can be distinguished by their rosettes. The rosettes on a jaguar's coat are larger, fewer in number, usually darker, and have thicker lines and small spots in the middle that the leopard lacks. Jaguars also have rounder heads and shorter, stockier limbs compared to leopards. Size and weight vary considerably. Weights are normally in the range of 56 to 96 kilograms, 124 to 211 pounds. Larger males have been recorded to weigh as much as 158 kilograms or 348 pounds. Females are typically 10 to 20% smaller than males and can have low weights of 36 kilograms or 79 pounds. The length from the nose to the base of the tail varies from 1.12 to 1.85 meters, 3.7 to 6.1 feet. Their tails are the shortest of any big cat, at 45 to 75 centimeters, 18 to 30 inches in length. Their legs are also short, considerably shorter when compared to a small tiger or lion in a similar weight range, but are thick and powerful. The jaguar stands 63 to 76 centimeters, 25 to 30 inches tall at the shoulders. Jaguars have a more powerful bite than any other cat on the planet, and the second most powerful bite of all mammals. Their jaws are powerful enough to deliver a deadly bite that punctures the skull and brain, which is exactly how jaguars kill. They even sometimes feast on turtles because jaguars enjoy the rare ability to be able to bust through a turtle's thick shell with their mighty chops. They may not be the biggest, strongest, or deadliest killers in the felid family, but when it comes to biting, jaguars take the cake. Range and habitat. Historically, these cats range from virtually the entire South American continent all the way to the southern half of the United States. Fossilized remains of jaguars have been found in Missouri dating back to the Ice Age. Currently, jaguars have been restricted to a fraction of their previous range. Jaguar populations in the United States are now virtually non-existent, with only a few sightings in the past decade or so. Their current range stretches from Mexico to South America, but that range is highly fragmented. This means that jaguar populations have large spaces between them where no jaguars are found. This fragmented habitat prevents jaguar populations from breeding with one another and reduces genetic diversity. Jaguars can be found most frequently in dense, flooded rainforest. This could be due to preference and shy nature, or it could be because dry habitats have been rapidly developed in its range. While they are more commonly found near water sources and in rainforests, jaguars have been spotted in and have historically inhabited grasslands, subtropical forests, and deciduous forests. Hunting and diet. Jaguars and all cats are obligate carnivores, meaning they can only be healthy on an all-meat diet. It is believed jaguars will prey on 87 different animal species, meaning they are very opportunistic feeders and not very picky. The jaguar prefers large prey and will take deer, tapirs, pecaries, and even anacondas and caiman. However, the cat will eat any small species that can be caught, including frogs, mice, birds, fish, sloths, monkeys, turtles, capybara, and domestic livestock. While the jaguar employs the deep throat bite and suffocation technique typical among Panthera, it prefers a killing method unique amongst cats. It pierces directly through the temporal bones of the skull between the ears of the prey with its canine teeth, piercing the brain. This may be an adaptation to cracking open turtle shells. Following the late Pleistocene extinctions, armored reptiles such as turtles would have formed an abundant prey base for the jaguar. The skull bite is employed with mammals in particular. With reptiles such as the caiman, the jaguar may leap onto the back of the prey and sever the critical vertebrae, immobilizing the target. The jaguar is a stalk and ambush rather than a chase predator. The cat will walk slowly down forest paths, listening for and stalking prey before rushing or ambushing. The jaguar attacks from cover and usually from a target's blind spot with a quick pounce. The species' ambushing abilities are considered nearly peerless in the animal kingdom by both indigenous people and field researchers, and are probably a product of its role as an apex predator in several different environments. The ambush may include leaping into the water after prey, as the jaguar is quite capable of carrying a large kill while swimming. Its strength is such that carcasses as large as a heifer can be hauled up a tree to avoid flood levels. On killing prey, the jaguar will drag the carcass to a thicket or other secluded spot. It begins eating at the neck and chest rather than the midsection. The heart and lungs are consumed, followed by the shoulders. Habitats and lifestyle. Like most cats, the jaguar is a solitary, outside mother-cub groups. Adults generally meet only to court and mate and carve out large territories for themselves. Female territories, which range from 25 to 40 kilometers squared, may overlap, but the animals generally avoid one another. Male ranges cover roughly twice as much area, varying in size with the availability of game and space, and do not overlap. The territory of a male can contain those of several females. The jaguar uses scrape marks, urine, and feces to mark its territory. Like the other big cats, the jaguar is capable of roaring and does so to warn territorial and mating competitors away. Intensive bouts of countercalling between individuals have been observed in the wild. Their roar often resembles a repetitive cough, and they may also vocalize mews and grunts. Mating fights between males occur but are rare, and aggression avoidance behavior has been observed in the wild. When it occurs, conflict is typically over territory. A male's range may encompass that of 2 or 3 females, and he will not tolerate intrusions by other adult males. The jaguar is often described as nocturnal, but is more specifically crepuscular, peak activity around dawn and dusk. Both sexes hunt, but males travel further each day than females, befitting their larger territories. The jaguar may hunt during the day if a game is available and is a relatively energetic feline, spending as much as 50 to 60% of its time active. The jaguar's elusive nature and the inaccessibility of much of its preferred habitat make it a difficult animal to sight, let alone study. Threats. Jaguar populations are rapidly declining. The species is listed as near threatened on the IUCN Red List. The loss of part of its range, including its virtual elimination from its historic northern areas and the increasing fragmentation of the remaining range, have contributed to this status. Particularly significant declines occurred in the 1960s, when more than 15,000 jaguars were killed for their skins in the Brazilian Amazon yearly. The major risks to the jaguar include deforestation across its habitat, increasing competition for food with human beings, especially in dry and unproductive habitats, hurricanes in northern parts of its range, and the behavior of ranchers who will often kill the cat where it preys on livestock. When adapted to the prey, the jaguar has been shown to take cattle as a large portion of its diet. While land clearance for grazing is a problem for the species, the jaguar population may have increased when cattle were first introduced to South America, as the animals took advantage of the new prey base. This willingness to take livestock has introduced ranch owners to hire full-time jaguar hunters. From my point of view, the jaguar is one of the most imposing big cats and is a strong candidate for the role of king of the jungle. But I also want to know your opinions. Which animal do you think deserves the title of Jungle King the most? Leave a comment in which you argue your choice. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment with what you would like to see in the following videos. Thanks for watching, see you next time.